Yes, fine. Hey, how's it going, everybody? That's weird. This thing is lagging again. Looks good here, though. And this thing needs to catch up. Okay. Hey, Jose, how's it going? All right, all that's looking good there. Let's get some tunes going. Get that set up. And we're gonna rock it. Hey, 4-2. How you doing tonight? So we got a nice little stretch tonight. We got to start trying to get ourselves back over to Miami. So, oh, what is going on with this thing? My phone is lagging so bad. I don't know why. That's weird. Trying to see if I can get my thing set up. Hey, Speedy. I really don't know what's going on with it. Let me see. Let me check something real quick. Let's see here. Let's see if this kind of helps out a little bit. Let me know if that helps out a little bit. Is that better? That seems to be a little better. Okay, I think we'll go with that for now. Matter of fact, let me change one more setting real quick. I think I had my thing up too high. Let's go with this. Let's see if that solves it. We're just gonna roll with that for now. Sounds good, Speedy. All right, so let's get this thing going here. Pre-flight is complete. Seatbelts fastened, no packs. All avionics is off. Circuit breakers are all in. Landing gear is down. Flaps are up. Cowl flap is open. Lights as required. Fuel selector to the fullest tank. And let's get some alternator and battery going. All right. That looks good there. Prime to pump. Okay. Crack the throttle. Let's get it cranked up. Get some avionics going. The audio is cutting out every few seconds and the picture is freezing. Okay. Oh. Let me see what's going on real quick. What is going on? Let me see something. Let me see something here. Main, okay. B frame is disable, auto, adaptive, ultra low latency. Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, if the streams start getting funny, y'all let me know. Alright, cool. So let's get some ATIS going. 1267.
D hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information uniform. Piarco International Airport, information uniform. 0200 Zulu. Wind 125 at 4. Visibility 6. Sky conditions, view at 1600 feet. Temperature 25. Dew point 23. QNH 1015. Density altitude 1200 feet. Transition level 50. Arriving and departing runway 10, advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information uniform.
Uniform. Okay. Let's get ground on 1219. I don't even know how to say this airport. Let me see. Piarco ground, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa is at transient parking. Looking to pick up flight following to SVCS at 4,000 feet.
Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa Piarco ground. On departure, maintain VFR at or below 4,000 feet. Departure on 119er decimal 0, squawk 6755.
On departure, maintain VFR at or below 4,000. Departure on a 119er, squawk 6755. Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, readback correct.
Piarco ground, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa's ready to taxi. You don't hear me? Piarco ground, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa's ready to taxi.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, taxi to runway 10 via Whiskey, Alpha, Alpha 1, cross runway 10, then Bravo. Contact tower on 118.1 when ready for departure.
Taxi to runway 10 via Whiskey, Alpha, Alpha 1, cross runway 10, then Bravo. Contact tower on 118.1. We're ready for departure, Bonanza 4, Romeo Papa. Okay, so let's get 1181 in. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Alright, cool. Parking brake is released. Taxi lights are on. Let's go ahead and taxi out and get the lights off. Alright, brake check. Brakes are good. Whiskey Alpha Alpha 1. Let's look at this real quick. Like this. Alpha 1, then Bravo. Okay, cool. Alright, let's get this thing on the road, shall we? This should be a very smooth flight. I did some updates on some drivers, cleaned up some drivers, and we are back in full swing. Frame gen is now up and running again. Settings are maxed out again, and we are in DLSS quality settings. Hey Nate, how you doing tonight? Let's go out here. You getting ready for that I-4? Well, you just passed the I-3, right? You be getting ready for that I-4 now, right? All right, so we're gonna swing. We're gonna swing here. I-4 on deck. Yes, sir. Yeah, man, I have been watching Pilot Edge since man, when did I get on board with Pilot Edge? I got on Pilot Edge when On the Glide Slope started using it years back. And I've always watched it. I mean, during that time, you know, I was no ways near, you know, as knowledgeable as far as, you know, ATC and all that good stuff. And I keep telling myself, landing like strobe lights, clear left, clear right, that I'm gonna get on board with Pilot Edge. But I think for now I'm just gonna hang out with Sayintentions for a little bit, because they got some more add-ons coming on that that's gonna be fun. But I'm gonna get on Pilot Edge. But they only do West Coast, right? Like the California, Oregon, like that area.
Piarco ground, November 13 Kilo, ready for IFR clearance. Information, come back as current. Clear
All right,
to the
first launch flaps coming in.
Departure, flight radar vectors to POS. Then as followed, departure runway 28, initial climb 7,000. Departure on 119,
I gotta,
5, squawk 2714, 13 Kilo.
13 Kilo, read back correct.
Piarco ground, November 13 Kilo is ready for pushback and taxi.
If anybody that's in the chat too, I wanna, if you're not in the Discord, you gotta get into the Discord, because I'm always adding little tips and stuff. So if you're not, get on over there and get locked in. But there was something that was causing issues in my sim, and I think the main culprit
Bonanza 4
was found.
Papa. Contact tower on 118.1.
Switching to tower, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa, good day. Okay. We're gonna get here at the hold line real quick and do a quick run up. Alright, brakes are set. Up to 17. Cycle the prop. Check mags. There's a drop. There's a drop. Alright, back down to 1,000. Surfaces feel good. Alright, cool. Before takeoff, parking brake is set, seatbelts check, avionics are set. Engine instruments look good. Flight instruments are good. Ammeter check. Aux pump is off. Make sure it's full rich. Did all that good stuff. Okay. Door is latched, window is latched, seats are good. No PDOT heat required on this flight. Transponder to altitude reporting. And we're good to go. Piarco Tower, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa is holding short, runway 10, ready for departure. The colors look great. Appreciate it, Speedy.
Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa, Piarco Tower, runway 10, winds 115 at 3, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 10, Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa. Alright, brakes released, landing, and strobe lights are coming on. Trimmer out. And we are clear, final, clear down the runway. And we'll do a roll and take off here. Alright, power's coming in. Power set. Airspeed is live. There we go. Positive rate gear is coming up. Speed check flaps coming up. Clear this runway and we will swing right. Departure, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa is climbing through 1,800 for 4,000.
Bonanza 424 Romeo, Papa, Piarco approach, radar contact.
Bug it to 4,000. And let's go nav. Too much going on for you? Alright, hold on a second. Why are you bugging out so much?
Last turn 120 to maintain flight level 4,000 feet. Sierra Bravo Whiskey 26.
Alright, there we go.
Sierra Bravo Whiskey 26, turn right heading 310.
Cool. 3,300 for 4,000. Alright, so let me get back to what I was saying. So if you're having, when you do an NVIDIA, I guess this is mainly for the NVIDIA guys. When you do a NVIDIA driver update, instead of doing an express download or install, do a custom install. And when you do that, you want to uncheck everything and only check the driver, because what's happening is there's a driver for the HD audio. The only reason why you need that is if you're actually using the speakers from your monitor or your TV. But that is a known problem for many of us, and it causes problems in your sim, in your performance. So y'all remember when I was talking about the last couple days, I've been having issues with the my avionics panel, and every time I turn it on, I was losing frames. And I was trying to figure out, was it SpaceDesk or was it the avionics app itself? And I remember after I did the update, and then for some odd reason it just kind of clicked in my head. I was like, I never deleted that audio driver, and that audio driver was the main culprit the last time I was having issues. And when I removed it, the sim ran perfect like it is now. So if you have, yeah, man, it is, I mean, this is butter smooth right now. And so if you're having frame loss or stuttering issues, I mean, as far as the stuttering issues, that's just one of those things you got to keep playing with, you know, your setup. But if your sim just not running good and you know it should be, go into your programs and features in Windows, and I guarantee you, if you see that NVIDIA HD audio driver, uninstall that thing. Uninstall, restart, and reboot the sim, and I guarantee you it's going to run a lot better. I don't know why that driver causes so many issues, but it does. All right, running smooth, Jack. Running smooth. Hey, and to everybody that was in the stream with me last night, man, I had a blast. Well, we got a wave to Piarco, the port of Spain, cause we out of here.
Okay, yeah, we were.
You, Dave, what's up, my man? Alright, we are at cruise. Cow flaps are open. Power is set. Mixture and trim. Trim is set. Let's lean her out. Well, technically I'm under 5,000, so I technically don't need to lean her out. Oh boy, it took a melatonin. Well, I'm happy that you checked in, man. It's always good to see you. That melatonin ain't no joke. I used to take melatonin, so I used to have real, well, I mean, I still got it, honestly, but like I don't sleep for nothing. And sometimes I gotta pop one of those melatonins just to get my eyes to close for a little bit. But insomnia runs deep in my veins. And I mean, I have other medications that I take, but that stuff, it's kind of a here or there type of thing. So now that I'll be going from VR to TV screens, do those wings have depth to them when you look out, or can you tell it's a flat picture? I'm used to 3D with VR, so I don't know. Oh no, you definitely know it. I mean, it doesn't look like the wing, you know, even though it's on a flat screen, of course, the wing don't look like this, you know. It definitely has depth. So like I said, when you're actually sitting in a sim setup like this, your depth perception is so much better. Everything looks real. One thing that I did notice, a perfect hobby for Insomnia Nate. That is a fact right there. I spend most of my time sitting in this box tinkering with stuff. But yeah, 4-2, you're not gonna feel like you're just looking at flat screens. if that makes sense. Like it's gonna look like the real thing for sure. I'm trying to figure out how to adjust these GoPros in the software that I'm using. There's a setting in there where I can change the zoom function, but for some odd reason it doesn't want to change when I change it. So because I was just looking at it early when I was setting things up, and I noticed that like this is actually giving a more wider view. I would really prefer, at least for this camera, to have a more, you know, close up to like kind of what I see. I mean, as far as the side cameras, I think those are okay, because I want you to be able to see, you know, the whole sim as it sits. But the front one definitely. So I gotta figure that out. Yeah, I'm having a lot of trouble finding space for it, so I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. Ah, man. Okay, so let me ask you this, 42. How big is your desk? Because I got tons of ideas. I never let an obstacle stop me from getting to my destination. I just might have to change route, but either way, the destination will be made. Because what I'm thinking now is if your space is limited, then you could use your desk and set, you know, kind of have like a easy 1, 2, 3 kind of setup, you know, where you can just slap the walls up, you know, and connect it to your desk and just set your panel on the desk. But then that's going to change other things too. So I don't know. So I think that would be a cool idea if you could do something like that. And maybe instead of having, you know, the 2 monitors on your desk, but you play other games too, right? Because I was thinking like, well, you just put the one TV on the desk and that'll be your main screen. And then whenever you want to, you know, fly in the sim, you just, you know, slap your walls up real quick. But then you're talking, yeah, that's kind of tough right there. That's kind of tough. Yeah, I'm not giving up. I will have a sim. I hear that. Love determination. I have to move furniture in my room around or move my desk and sim to a different room. It's not like the space isn't there. I got you. I'll read you loud and clear, man. Hey, do what you got to do to get it, man. I'm telling you, I really feel like you're going to, once you get your sim built, it's going to change your perspective of flight simulation. Now, like I said, I can't speak on VR because I've never flown flight sim in VR mode. I'm sure it's an awesome setup, but being fully enclosed like this, and you know, having physical buttons and switches, and it's a different vibe. Switching gears though, what's it? The width and the height isn't an issue. It's how far it sticks out in the room. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Yeah, nothing like a physical cockpit, Nate. Hey, speaking of everybody in the chat, if y'all haven't seen Nate's setup, go over to his YouTube channel, man. Show him some love. He's got an awesome setup too. He's doing the if y'all have heard of Pilot Edge, he's currently working on the I ratings. He just passed his I3 today, either yesterday or today. I know I saw the video today. Oh, okay, I got you. No problem, man. Hey, I'm all about showing Nate Cessna Simulator. Jose, I was thinking about your issue you was having with your yoke. I'm wondering if it's the if the potentiometers are just dirty, because sometimes those potentiometers, they get a little dust in them, and they won't read correctly. Yep, on YouTube. Nate, he was just he's in the chat right now. Matter of fact, he just spoke right before you. Oh, those are brand new. Ooh, okay. Trying to figure out why it's not. So I'm assuming it's like jumpy. Okay, so that's a new pot that you put in. So what I would do is I would go back and do another debug on that potentiometer and see if the numbers have changed, and then redo your codes. It gets all crazy. Yeah, it sounds like the signal is jumping all over the place.
Alpha Sierra, destination is Sierra Victor Tango Echo. Tower correction 620 Sierra Sierra Victor Papa Echo.
So this stretch is kind of crazy.
Alpha Sierra, Roger, destination Sierra,
So
Victor, Tango, Echo.
you see off to the right, this is like a strip of land.
Transmission. Our destination.
Because the quadrant I built today, it went well. Yeah, I would run another check on that potentiometer and see if the numbers changed, and then run it that way again. So we're gonna be doing kind of a over the water, then over.
Bonanza 424 Romeo, Papa, Payarco approach. Contact my Accuseason center on 126.0.
Switching over to 1260, Bonanza 424 Romeo, Papa, good day. I'm trying to figure out what that name is. Center, Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa is level at 4,000. Makitia? He said it so fast.
Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa Makitia Center, Lindia QNH 1013.
1013, Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa. Makitia. Okay. Man, some of these names, man, it's crazy. But yeah, like I said, I mean, you can see you got the strip of land runs all the way out, and then we'll be over a full Makitia. Yeah, that's what it is. Ah, Venezuela. So okay, I'm down in your neck of the woods now. Well, south of your neck of the woods, I guess you could say. No, wait. No, I'm south. Southeast. Okay.
Navigation 907 Juliet. Present heading 907 Juliet.
Yeah, I can't wait for
Maintain present heading 907 Juliet.
I can't wait for the whatchamacallit to update.
907 Juliet, own navigation.
Sayintentions. Telling you, Sayintentions is where it's at. Now I was digging through FlightSim.2 as I always do earlier today, and I came across something that I found very interesting. And I don't know if that's what Seth was talking about, but there's this add-on that you can download where you can share cockpits, right? So I guess it's, I don't know if you have to, I just don't know how that will work. I gotta do some more reading, but from my understanding, it's like if you're flying and I'm flying, I don't know if we have to be in the same aircraft or how it works, but like it's almost as if like it's a virtual cockpit. So it would almost be as if like you're sitting in my cockpit with me, even though you're not. Oh, you got that, Speedy? And then I guess you can actually like you could control the comms and all that while I fly. And I thought about downloading it, but I wanted to do some more research on it first before I did. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. I can't remember what the name is in FlightSim.2, but I found it. It was towards the back end of the trending section. So if you go on like what's trending today, and then just kind of I don't know, like page 5 or 6 or something like that. That's where I saw it. Yeah, I can't think of the name of it right this second. Okay. But if I figure that out, some of us we're gonna have to get together and do that sometime. I think that'd be pretty cool. I got this 9-knot headwind. We doing 163 on the ground right now. 271 nautical miles to go and about an hour and a half left in flight. Yeah, Nate, it's always something, man. I talk about that all the time, man. Like in this field of hobbiness, it is really like there is no limit. Hey Aviator, how you doing tonight? There is no limit. Like you can take this thing as far as you want to, and that's the beauty. I am headed to Oscar. Hey Jose, you might have to help me out with this one. Let me see. Oscar, is that Machado? Yeah. Venezuela is where I'm headed. I would just say that. Caracas, Venezuela. I'm horrible with these names, man. I went to public school. They ain't teach me all this stuff. Alright, you're gonna have to help me out with the acronyms, man. I'm a little older. I know a lot of them, but I don't know all of them. G to G, to me, that's good to go. Alright, Jose. Let me see. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. We're gonna have to speak on those things in the private chat. Nah, let me stop playing. I've never been to Venezuela. Matter of fact, what's crazy is I've actually never really been to any parts of South America. I've been to the US. I've been all over Africa, all over Europe. Oh, I haven't been to Australia either. I've been all over the Middle East. I've been to Canada. I've been to Iceland. Where else did I go? I've been to the UK. Nah, I haven't even touched Mexico yet, man. Sounds crazy, but I haven't. I've been close. When I used to drive trucks, I used to deliver to the border all the time. I've done Calexico, California. I spent a lot of time down in Laredo, Texas too. That crazy border. There's a couple other ones in Texas that I've been to as well. So, but yeah, that's about as close as Mexico I've gotten. Aviator Rick, help me out, man. I'm still trying to figure out what you asking. I want to fix this camera. Now that I'm looking at it, it's got me looking like I'm at a nosedive, and I'm not. I have to figure out how to re-angle that, because this one don't look. See, I get to looking at stuff and stuff starts bothering me. See, even that one's starting to look like that now. I don't know. I might just leave it alone. I'm hearing noises. What's going on? Oh, okay. Where else have I been? I'm trying to think. It's hard. I don't know where that paper is. I wrote this paper. I wrote on this piece of paper on my flight back to the States when I got out of the military. Some years back. And I wrote down every country and every your controls. That sounds about right there, Speedy. That sounds about right. But I do remember after I wrote down every place that I've touched my feet on, equaled out to 62 different countries and 9 different islands, man. So I can almost say that I've seen the world. And I've done that lap a couple times. But there's so much more to explore out here. That's why I tell anybody now that's coming up, if you want to join the military, go Air Force. Don't do Marines. Don't do Army. Nothing against them. But if you want to really travel and see what the world has to offer, go Air Force. I mean, you could do Navy too, but if you really like the water like that, Navy wasn't my thing. What's the old saying? Put me in a white uniform and call me seaman. Yeah, that just wasn't. You weren't about to do that to me. Cause I gotta come home and I gotta deal with my family and friends, and they have no filters. You weren't about to mess me up. Talk to me crazy every day. So I guess we're gonna be with them all the way then. Thank you for your service there, Speedy. My dad is 22.5-year Marine Corps. My uncle, he did a few years in the Army. And my cousin did a few years in the Army. I did 10 in the Air Force. The goal was to do 20, but it didn't work out that way. But I'm fine with it though. I got what I wanted out of the deal for the most part. So I don't really have no complaints. What you do in the Marines, Speedy? See, here's my thing with, you about to get me started on something. Here's my thing with the Marines. I love my Marines. Alright, 42, you have a good one, man. Keep me posted. Let me know how things go. You know, growing up in a Marine Corps or in a Marine household, field wireman. Woo! Oh, wait, hold on now. You talking? Are you talking the wire that I'm thinking you talking? There's two wires that I'm thinking, but field wireman got me thinking the hot wire. Cause between growing up in a house with a Marine and then living in a Marine Corps town, and you know, y'all was crazy back then, man. I mean, the Marines are still crazy, but they not. These Marines ain't got nothing on you old heads. Y'all, man, y'all was a different type of people. And what's crazy is like they say, once a Marine, always a Marine. That mess don't go away. They still crazy. I ain't got to. Hey, bro. I ain't got to. I'm not about to fight you. I'm not. We not about to do none of this. Why does everything got to go from 0 to 1,000 in 30 seconds? Like, it ain't that serious, dude. Like, you've been out the military 40 years. Why are we trying to go, you know, command? Like, why it got to be combat? I ran comms by wire and okay, cool. Shoot, that's still crazy. I also grew up in a Corps household. My dad flew A6s in Vietnam and was a captain. Oh, that's what's up, Nate. My dad, he was a motorhead. He worked in Motor T. My dad he didn't do NOM, but he did do what was that one? The one that lasted like 30 seconds. What is it? 91. Desert Storm. He did Desert Storm. Yeah, I know. Y'all what, man? They completely rewired y'all. Like, they hardwired y'all to never be different. So even when you get out, nothing changes. Like, I remember for the longest time, like, with my dad, and he still does it from time to time. Not as much, though. But when he first got out, I'm like, Dad, like, you retired. Like, let it go. Like, we'll be in the store, and he'd be like, hey there, devil dog. You pull your pants up. What, Dad? Wait a minute. This is leave this man alone. Hey, devil dog, take your whatchamacall off when you walk inside. Like, the dude just walked through the door. I know the rules, but man, come on. Secure your cover. There's devil dog. Dad. Oh, you finally changed? Oh man. I remember my dad told me, he said if his house caught on fire, the only thing he would save is his dress blues. I said, God almighty, that's it's hard to beat that. I'm telling you, my dad's a different breed, boy. I'm telling you. I got much love and respect for that man, though. Yeah, man. Like, when he used to tell me stories about what they went through during boot camp down in Parris Island. And what's crazy is I actually did I was in a program called Young Marines. So it's kind of like JROTC, but not really ROTC. And I did pretty good. I did that for, man, I probably did that for a good 7-8 years. And you know, I moved up the ranks. I think when I finally got done, I think I was like a staff. But I mean, back then, you know, as a staff sergeant, you know, here I am, 13 years old, and you know, we would do, you know, company and battalion encampments and stuff like that. Like, we did a national encampment down in Florida one year, and I was already over my battalion. So when we got down there, it was crazy how here I am, 13 years old, and I'm overseeing like hundreds of other people that were younger and older than me, and would come up to me and be like, hey, Sergeant such and such, like and you know, I'm having breakfast with real chief warrant officers and stuff, and we're talking about how the day is going to go and what needs to be done and this and that. But for Staff Academy, I had to complete my course. We had to go down to Parris Island, and I was nerve-wracked because all I can remember is all the horror stories that my dad told me. And we get down there, and I'm looking at everything, and it still looked like, I mean, of course it was a little better, well, a lot better, but everything that he said that put a picture in my head was exactly the same. And I mean, they treated us just like the real thing, but without all the extra. For all you real Marines know what I'm talking about. They didn't go that far, but oh, they definitely got in your face. They definitely had you puckered up a few times. And you know, here I am, like I said, you know, 12, 13 years old, and what am I doing with my life? But it was a fun experience. And you know, like I said, I see my dad now, and it's like, I couldn't do it. I mean, he even told me, he was like, if you ever decide to join the military, don't do Marines. He said, I'd rather you do Air Force or something else. So I went Air Force. So there's a little bit of history of my genes. Now, I will say I got the crazy in me. That's one thing that I actually got, but I got mine buried. Like, there's a lot of codes that got to be punched in before that crazy come out. But I promise you, when that crazy come out, there ain't no stopping it from that point. So that's why I go to work and I come in my box and I fly and hang out with y'all. Cause people out here, boy, people out here test you. That is a fact. Okay, cool. I was just looking at Navigraph and it was showing 10.9, but I'm off to the right. That peak is over there to the left. We should be good here at 4,000. Yeah, we definitely got some ground to cover for sure. I'll probably be running these 300-mile runs. Well, I think if I do, let's see here, I probably got 2 more runs across the top, and then I definitely want to go hit up Panama. I would like to see that. I don't even think I've flown over there yet. So I definitely would like to fly over Panama and look at the canal and all that. And yeah, from there we'll just keep working our way up. We'll hit Cancun and then we'll cross back over. Yeah, we're gonna miss a lot that I would have liked to do. So I'll probably come back and revisit this area in the future, but once we hit Cancun, we'll cross over, hit a couple spots over there, and then we'll shoot over to Key West, and then from Key West we'll do a direct back to Miami exec to finish up this tour. And from there, I do not know. It's wherever the wind blows. Unless somebody has something in mind that they would like to see on the next tour. Because I think what I'm going to try to start doing, because I know we spoke about it a couple days ago, as far as me doing like mobiflight tutorials. So I think what I might start doing is, after this tour, I'll still do my streams at night, and I'll start implementing my version, I guess you can say, of mobiflight tutorials. Not that, you know, other people out there, like I said, Captain Bob, he's the legend of mobiflight. He's the one that put me on game to mobiflight. But just kind of, I don't know, give my version of it, and then just slowly advance the skill set, so that way everybody can continue on their builds, and hopefully the material that I give out will be good enough and clear enough to help anyone out on their journey. Jose, man, Jose's doing his thing. He did his parking brake with his switch and his and the LED light. That was pretty cool. And I think Speedy did that too. Speedy got a lot of stuff going on. I ain't really seen much left. Speedy doing his stuff undercover, and he just gonna come out. So I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna be patient. I know it's gonna look good though. Oh man, how did everybody do through this little winter storm we had? We just end up getting some ice. It's just some ice rain, so everything's frozen over. Well, the trees are. The streets are good again, but I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this winter to be over, y'all. I'm done. I'm over the cold for one winter. I am ready for some good sun, good heat. I want to hear the birds chirping. And find me some snakes so I can chop them up when I'm cutting. You know, all that good stuff. This has been one crazy winter, at least for us here on the coast. Our weather is, well, our weather's never really been on track. You never know what you're gonna get here on the East Coast of North Carolina. Like, you would think that being on the coast, that weather would be fairly good year round. Nah, not where we're at. I can't trust the weatherman because he don't trust himself anymore. He'll say one thing, the Weather Channel says the other, and then you peep your head out and it's a whole different situation from both of what they said. I tell you, it's crazy. Hey Jack, we missed you last night, man. I was hoping you was gonna pop in, man. We was hanging out at where were we at? The Port of Spain. We was out there in the I-5 or the A5 icons, man, just getting silly with it. Actually, wait a minute. You did pop in last night. You was in the DA. No, was that Amir? I think that was Amir. Amir popped in with the DA40. I was like, shoot, everybody that get a DA, man, them DAs be clean. Got to figure out what we gonna do next. Our next rendezvous of craziness. Ah, okay, I got you. How do you like the beaver? I gotta redo these bezels. I don't like these bezels no more. Yep. I'm gonna start those prints as soon as I'm done with the stream. I want to add a lip to them. It makes the holes look naked. It's like an eye with no eyebrows, you know? Just don't, like, it's there, but it's not working. My bezel needs some eyebrows, y'all. I was talking to Speedy earlier, right? And when I got off the phone, I got to doing some thinking. And I think I finalized in my head on my next approach to my yoke setup, my new yoke setup that I want to have. So this is going to be the plan of events. While I'm in the process of building the prototype 2 of my single throwover yoke system, which I don't even think I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna do a dual link setup. I don't know yet, but it's definitely gonna be back to the Bonanza vibe. Let's see. It's actually not bad. It's probably one of the more detailed default planes. All doors open. It's got cargo and passenger variants. Oh, that's cool. I gotta find me somebody to sit in here with me. Maybe I'll go back to my parents' house and grab Pink Panther. I got a life-size Pink Panther that I've had since I was a little kid. Maybe he'll sit up in here. I don't know yet. Yeah, Pink Panther, man, he's huge. He's got to be like 4 feet. 4 feet, 5 feet tall. Well, he might be about 4 feet. I gotta ask my dad where it's at, because I know it's not in my closet anymore. It used to be in my closet. He probably got it bagged up somewhere. I gotta find it. He's huge though. It was crazy. I think I was what? 2nd grade? 3rd grade? Something like that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna blame everything on Pink Panther. I don't know why, but I actually.
4 Romeo Papa, contact Margarita approach on 119er decimal 9er.
Switching over to 119er 9er, Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, good day. Did he say Margaritaville? It sounded like he said Margaritaville. Margarita approach. Margarita approach. Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa is level at 4,000.
Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa, Margarita approach. Good morning, Carupano QNH 1013.
1013 Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa. Alright, Speedy, have a good one, man. Be safe out there. So this is what I'm thinking. Oh, actually, let me finish my story real quick. I actually drug Pink Panther to school. Like, I actually took him to the bus stop, got on the bus, drug him to school to take school pictures, and he followed me all over school that day and got him back home. Man, do you understand the clowning
Margarita approach, my destination is Carenado.
that I got? Alright, Speedy, good night, man.
Cessna 542, good afternoon.
It was insane.
Margarita approach,
Sometimes my brain don't. It just kind of checks out and I just do stuff. Character building, Jack. Yes. I have been character building my whole life. I get a kick out of it now. I fire back now though. I was a quiet kid. I just take the licks and deal with it now. Nah. We can play Russian roulette all day now. I'll run with you. But yeah, so that was kind of cool. Thought it was kind of funny. But back to the yoke setup. So this is my plans, right? It's gonna take me a little bit. I know what I need to do, but this time I want to make sure that it's right, you know. Oh, this is kind of cool right here. I kind of like this little split right here. So while I'm busy working on that, I'm going to motorize this yoke so that, like I said, when autopilot is engaged, the yoke will take over and it'll do its thing. It'll, you know, pitch and roll all by itself. So I'm gonna do that with this yoke for the time being. That'll get me by, because I'm gonna need some time to really build that yoke out. So right now I'm in the crossfire of, do I want to do the single throw over yoke action, or do I just do the dual yoke link setup? Because I tried that with prototype 1 as well, and the proof of concept was there as well. So I don't know how I want to go about that, but either way, we're gonna go back to the real Bonanza style yoke setup. That's my final answer. I'm sticking to it, and it will be force feedback. And so in my mind, I'm trying to kind of guesstimate a price of how much it would cost me to build it. But one thing I don't know exactly how much, but it's gonna cut the price probably in half of what the flight sim yoke is. The flight sim, the CL60 or the CS60, something like that. So instead of having to either buy 2 yokes or build 2 yokes, the Bonanza yoke will solidify, both seats, whether it's a dual link or a single throw over.
Cessna Victor 9542, Margarita approach, radar contact.
I think it'll be easier for me to build the dual link yoke setup, because the hardest part is going to be getting the single yoke to work the way I want it to work, I guess, if that makes sense. Well, I don't know, it might be. I think how I did it the first time would still work. I don't know, we'll see. Well, because this is what I want to do. So the last time, if y'all haven't watched those videos, go back down deep into the videos and you'll see it. So originally what I had was, I had my Bonanza yoke setup going, right, and I was using drawer sliders as a support system. So when I would swing it over, I would slide the drawer slider out, and then I would drop a pin in, which was like an Allen wrench that I was using at the time, and it would lock it into the drawer slider, and it would go back and forth, and then I'd bring it back over to the other side, repeat the process. Well, I don't want to use drawer sliders. I want it to actually be just like the real thing. So I got to figure out a way so that the yoke will stay supported by itself in the upright position. That's going to be the challenge. I have an idea of how to go about doing it. It's going to take some work, but I think it's going to look good when I'm done with it, though. I think it's going to look good, because here's another reason as to why I would rather go with the original style than just doing 2 yokes, is because of this guy right here. Now, this would have to become smaller, or I would have to figure, I don't have that much more room from the top of the 750 to the top of the glare shield, and then I would have to run a hole. Yeah, see, that's gonna be too much. Yeah, Jack, so this is, I would need the support. The support will be so the I guess you can say the shaft itself that goes in and out, right? instead of it being a complete cylinder, I would have to find something or manufacture something so that the bottom of the shaft can like sit on like a linear actuator or a what's the word I'm looking for? A linear rail, I guess you can say. So it'll be kind of like almost a complete circle, but then there'll be a groove where the shaft can slide on that. So that way it doesn't have no roll effect, right? So it'll sit straight on like that, and then the column that comes out and towards the yoke, I would need, well, first off, I'll use a chain linkage that will go from the yoke inside, you know, that bar and connect to another pipe of some sort that'll go through the shaft all the way to the end to connect to a potentiometer, right? So that gives me my roll. But now the issue is I would need something to stabilize so that the column doesn't, you know, lag, because that was my problem last time, and that's why I went with the drawer sliders. Because even though I had my roll and my pitch going, I had nothing to keep the yoke staying sturdy. So now my mind is thinking, where the column attaches to the shaft, I think I would need something like a star plate of some sort so that it locks into place. That way it's held together. I was trying to just find a whole setup like on eBay and just use the real thing in the sim. I think that would be cool, but man, all I can find is just the yoke and the column. I can't find the whole, like, with the shaft that slides in and out. If I could find that whole assembly, I might just hold out and save up and put some money to the side and just buy that whole thing and then just force feedback that. But that's kind of the concept of where I'm going with it. Let's see. Let's go. Give y'all some different views here. Man, I wish I had an aircraft graveyard around here to get. Cause if I found you get, Jose, I think you're on to something. I would have to see if I could find a scrap Bonanza somewhere, which I don't know where I will find one here. But if I could find something, you know, within, you know, a couple hours or whatever, and it's worth it, and if they would let me pull it, and I would just snatch the whole thing, and that would save me a whole lot of time and headache trying to figure it out. Then you might have to switch up the name from Cardboard Sim. Well, no, it's still gonna be Cardboard Sim. All I'm gonna do is remove this yoke and retrofit it into the sim. Now, I'm not gonna pull the whole panel. I would love to have a whole Bonanza shell. That would be awesome, because I I would definitely put that on a motion platform. I'll set the whole thing on it. I gotta readjust my because it's not coming in like I want it to. I don't know why. Oh, I know why. That's why. I'm gonna have to readjust that anyway. I'll do that later though. We are moving right along. What's that one? Okay, cool. Just playing around with the camera angles. I still haven't memorized how all of them are yet, but I'm trying to stay away from, I think, setting 5, because every time I click on 5, she goes cuckoo. Oh, you found the place? Jose, be quick with it. Gotta find me something. Gotta find me something. And then I started looking up, cause then I was thinking like, well, I'm gonna have to 3D print me out some Beechcraft Bonanza yokes. Because on eBay, they go from anywhere from like 200 all the way up to like $700-800 bucks. I'm like, oh, I don't really want to do all that. But I mean, like I said, if the price is right and I can get the whole assembly, if the numbers are good, then I might just end up going that route. That just means that the motors that I get, well, I mean, the motors that I get will still be strong enough to move the system. I would assume. I don't know. This is just all brainstorming right now. I love to go and look for anything. Oh, man. Man. I wonder how much they will want for it. Because I found one on eBay. They want for the yoke and the column, and I think the shaft too. They want like $1,500 for that. I'm just like, for $1,500, I could just buy 2 force feedback yokes and be done with it. I don't know. If you come across something, Jose, let me know. If they not talking crazy. Yeah, Nate, man. That's the whole reason why I like doing, building stuff on my own, because, like, I understand to a degree, you got to make some money. I get it. But you can't sell it to somebody who knows the game already. Like, you're not about to sell me something. You're not about to sell me something used for an inflated brand new price. You're right, Jack. Well, to clear the air here on this side of town, I got the green light to pretty much do whatever. I just play around with with that. But what I do in this box is my business. They ain't. Now the 5090, I don't know about that one. I might have to do some consultations on that one. But as far as everything else, everything is good. But no, I know I'm gonna get there. I am. Once I set my mind to something, it's go time, and that green light doesn't change. It's just green all the way to the end. Some very creative accounting. Oh, Nate, man, they probably trying to sell them things for $5,000. I seen a dude the other day. He was trying to sell a 4090 for like $2,800. I'm like, dude, is you stupid? It's not happening. It's not going to happen. I'm going to LA next week. I will look for one and see what. Oh, okay, cool. Appreciate that, Jose. Yeah, man. Let me know what you find out there. We don't have no boneyards out here like that, and if we do, it's nowhere near where I'm at. I just don't get it, man. Like, now here is one. I'll tell you one that really chaps me a lot. I've been wanting to get a hold of some FIPs for a while, right? Because I would like to add one over here next to the 6-pack, and I was thinking about maybe adding one over here as well above my gen test switch for the co-pilot, so they'll have and I'll probably just have a G5 on that one, and I don't know, I'll figure out some gauges. I'll probably end up putting, I don't know what I would put on this. I'll add something over here on that one, but I want to. Why you just cut off? Really? Okay. Wi-Fi fluke. They only do it because people buy that price. Yeah, see, I every time I...
4 Romeo Papa, contact Barcelona approach on 119.1.
Going to 119.1, Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa. He said 191. I think he did. Pretty sure he did. Pretty sure, yeah. Barcelona approach, Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa, level at 4,000.
Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa, Barcelona approach. Good morning, QNH 1013.
1013, Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa. Every time I find a FIP for sale, it'll be like one FIP, or they'll have a list like, I'm selling my flight sim setup, Cytec yoke, 200. Cytec rudder pedals, 200. Cytec switch panel, 150. The autopilot panel, 200. And then they'll have one FIP, and it'll be like 150. And I'm like, I'm not giving you $150 for an FIP. I'm just not doing it. I would much rather get some phones and slap them behind these panels, hook them up to SpaceDesk, which I might just end up doing that. Only thing is, I would have to load in, they would have to be iPhones, because I don't think Air Manager app works for Androids. I got a gang of Android phones up in the attic. I used to phone farm. So I had like 30 phones running at one time. That was back when phone farming was getting it. I was making pretty good money with that. But yeah, so I don't I just can't see spending $150 for one FIP. It's just, to me, it's just not practical. Now, unless it was like a need, like I just need to get it, then I ain't got no other choice. I gotta get it. I don't know. I mean, do y'all think $150 for an FIP is worth it? I don't see it. I really don't. Cause yeah, see, it's just not worth. I mean, for that price, I might as well go ahead and get like a. Cause how much are the what are they? The G5 units from is it Real Sim Gear? I think Real Sim Gear has G5 units. Aren't they like $200-300 bucks? I gotta look that up. Cause I had thought about snagging one of those. But I'm like, I don't want to spend that much money on that either. There are just certain things that I'd rather invest my money in things that I feel as though is more important to me in my sim build. Oh yeah, oh that's true. $350 for the Sim Gear G5s. Whoo, yeah, that's probably why I didn't get it either. I don't know, man. I really focus like this sim, this one that I'm in right now. My purpose, and it's always been from the first day I started building it, was to make it as real and as cheap as I can. That's for this build. Now, future builds might be a little different. But for this one, I wanted to see how far I can stretch the envelope and keeping the numbers as low as possible. And I just feel like spending that money on those two items for $300, I could do a lot more to this. For $300, I could almost that would give me enough money to pretty much buy the servo motors that I need and the drivers for that price. And then as far as the rest of the yoke build, it's really just my ingenuity skills in putting it and piecing it together for, I would say, even $100 would, and I'm probably overshooting the numbers even on that to build the yoke system. You know what I'm saying? So to spend $300 on some FIPs, I can create those out of something else. I just haven't taking the time to really sit down and figure out what I want. I know I want to add it. That's not primary right now. And like I said, I do it not because I can't get it. It's just I really focus on building this thing on the cost-effective side, just so I can show others in the sim community. And I mean, I say this 100 times, and I'll say it 100 times more. I really built this. I mean, for me, of course, but I really wanted to show others how far you can take a sim with a few dollars. Now, of course, TVs and PC in mind, you know, if you take away that and just look at the build itself, the build is made of nothing. This is all homemade stuff, you know. And even when you add the TVs, I was just talking with 42 the other night, and you know, I was just letting him know, like, you can literally just, if you go to Marketplace, you can find 355-inch TVs. They might not match in brand, but if you're trying to be on the cost-effective side, you can find 355-inch TVs for, if you shop around enough, you can get all 3 TVs for less than $400, probably even less than $300 if you shop around right. So there's your outside monitors right there. And then as far as your PC, as long as you have, and I'm going based off of what I already had. I had an i5 4440 with a 2080 Super, and I was running 355-inch TVs, but it was set at 1080p though. But with 1080p on a 2080 Super, running the FrameGen mod with map enhancement, it was running smooth and it looked good. And I bought that computer for $200 over, shoot, what, 11 years ago. So $200 for the PC. Let's say you spend $300 on the TVs. If you set your budget for $300, you go out, you find 355s, $100 a piece. That's $500 right there. At minimum, 2080 Super on a card. You could probably snag one. I bought mine for $200. What? A year and a half ago. So you could probably talk somebody down to about 150. That's 650 bucks. PC you got, like I said, it was an i5 4440. That was, man, you can get something better than that for, shoot, $200. You know, find somebody on Marketplace. I mean, if you already got a PC, all right, well, you're good there. So where are we at? What, 650? My whole frame, I think I might have, I would say no more than $200. No more than $200. And that's the shell, that's the paneling, the material. Like I said, I got the frame. This was all free wood. If you don't have access to 2x4s and you can't get it for free, shoot, you could use PVC pipe. Create you a shell, and then when you panel up, ain't nobody going. The only person that's going to know it's made out of PVC pipe is you. Because once you start putting panels and stuff on, who's going to know the difference? You're sitting on the floor, right? Duct tape, a roll of duct tape, a few bucks. Then you start adding, you know, tablets and stuff like that. Like, okay, well, the iPad mini, this was a refurbished mini that I bought off of Amazon for like 60 bucks. I've had the iPad Pro forever, so I didn't really count that. But you could probably buy a second gen, you know, for, you know, couple $100. So we're still under $1,000. This is a Fire tablet. It was I didn't pay for that. It was my daughter's tablet when she was younger, and she got it for Christmas years and years ago, and she used it a handful of times and threw it in the closet. So I took it out, dusted it off, and so I use that. But you can get a Fire tablet, Marketplace, 40 bucks. You know, you don't necessarily need this one on the yoke, but if you want to add an extra tablet, cool. Find another tablet, 40 bucks. Now you got a whole setup. Now, as far as like the switches and all that, you can go on Amazon, buy a pack of toggle switches for a few bucks. And while you're at it, go ahead and get you an Arduino Mega. Few bucks on that. Buy you a spool of wire. Few bucks on that. Boom, mobiflight is free. You could buy the Air Manager app. I can't remember, it's like 20 bucks, 25 bucks for that. And then you slowly start building. You ain't got to go and buy all the switches right out the gate. You buy a handful of switches on the necessities. You know, your taxi lights, landing lights, parking brake, all that good stuff. And then as time go on, you build the sim out from there. So I literally just gave you a whole rundown of less than $1,000. And you could build it. Now and you don't have to do it all at one time. You know, you start off small and you build out. Like I said, when I first started, I had a 50-inch TV on the wall. And my shell, all this was white. Go back to when I first started, when I said I think I named it like the cardboard is flying or something like that. All this was just white paneling. These wasn't even windows. This was all just solid. And all I had was that one TV. This panel didn't look nothing like this. I think I'll get my daughter some virtual fly rudders for Christmas and wait till she's bored of it. There you go. That's how you do that. Slip it in through the kid and take it when they don't play with it no more. Hey honey, she said that she wanted to fly, so I bought her some rudder pedals so she can, you know, test it out and see. And I guess she don't like it, so I figured I'd use them. No need to throw them away or sell them. Yeah, I mean it's sky's the limit in this thing, man. Like I said, when I was talking with Speedy earlier, I'm always thinking about how to help the next man out in this world that we live in. Like, don't overthink it. It doesn't have to be expensive. What you see is not expensive. It is an illusion. This is all a facade. Like, what you see is not what you think it is. If I really took a close-up and started showing you what's really going on, y'all be like, what? Are you sick, man? I might do that. I think I'm gonna shoot a video and just really do a rundown again, because I've done 2 sim tours, but I haven't done a sim tour since the most recent upgrade. So I'm due for another sim tour anyway, and I'm just gonna walk it through and just show you what it looks like up close in person, because the camera is not picking up everything. I appreciate that, Jack. I mean, that's the whole purpose of my whole conversation with everybody, you know. Like, you can, if I can take some cardboard and turn it into what it looks like now, you can make a plane out of anything. I even thought about doing a how to build the cheapest fully enclosed sim. But what I don't want to do is take any of my stuff out. But what I can do is at least like I was actually thinking about going to Lowe's, buying some PVC pipe, buying some cardboard, or find some cardboard, like ride around the neighborhood, be like, all right, look, this person is throwing out a TV box. I need the box. Because that's how my panel is made out of a TV box. No lie. If you look at the back of this panel, you will see LG 75 inch. Like, you'll see all that on the back of the panel. So I would just literally take y'all for a whole, like, how I'm gonna walk the lows. I'm gonna show you. Look, here's the PVC pipe. These are the L brackets or whatever to go to it, the connectors. Now we got to go find some paneling. All right, there's a box. I'm gonna snag that from the person's trash because they're throwing it out, and we're gonna bring that home. And then we're gonna cut it out, and we're gonna use some zip ties, and we're gonna zip tie the panel up, and we're gonna start building this thing out. Okay, now that that's done, we need some side paneling. We can go back to Walmart or go to Lowe's, find some paneling, come back, cut it out, slap it on, and literally build the whole thing out. Hey Miguel, how goes it? Yeah, man, flight is smooth as butter today, man. I finally got everything back up and running like it's supposed to. Yeah, you know, like I said, I thought about, you know, doing something like that, and I think if I do it that way, now of course, like I said, I'm not going to build it all the way through, but I'll build it to a point where it's like, okay, from here, this is when you start.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, contact my Cadia Center on 128.1.
Switching to 1281, Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa today. Acadia Center, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa is level at 4,000.
Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa, my Cadia Center, good morning.
Yeah, like I said, I think if I did something like that, and like I said, flying S. I gotta crack my phone. What's that? Flying SI today. I'm confused. Help me out. Oh, yeah. I got you. Okay. Well, I'm trying to keep up with all the acronyms, man. Somebody, Aviator had hit me one early. He never hit me back. I was trying to figure out what he was asking me. Yeah, we back with Sayintentions, man. Yeah, man, I think if I did something like that to show people, like, get it all the way up to the point of it's time to start adding you know, all the electronics and switches, I think people would definitely see, like, oh, okay, this is really a doable thing, you know. Alright, cool, appreciate it.
Delta 118, good evening.
Yeah, it's I still got this cord hooked up. I wonder what's been bothering me. The ADHD in me, I tell you. Let's get this out of the way. I think that'll be cool. I think because I didn't do a building progress series with this build, and I'm kind of mad at myself now, so I felt like that would have helped a lot of people out, and it would all make sense. But if I go and spend, you know, $50 on material and build a whole shell, no reason why you can't do it. And then you do the upgrades as time go on. Don't overthink it, man. Don't overthink it. We about to hit this coastline, y'all, here in a little bit, and we're gonna be. We'll be over ground all the way through. We got about 28 more minutes to go on this flight. We got 134 nautical miles to go. So we're doing pretty good. Not too bad. Winds are 9 at the nose right now. We still at 163 on the ground. Oh boy. I want to do some more add-ons. I need some. You know, I'm always in FlightSim.2, right? And I'm always trying to find like enhancements or anything that that will bring more realism to the sim. And I haven't really found anything that I don't have. I really don't have a specific thing that I want or that I'm looking for, but I know it's out there. I know it's out there. And I think that's another another little tip. You know, 2020 out the box looks good. I'll give them that. I think they did a pretty good job out the box for 2020, as well as 2024. I mean, 2024 is amazing. There's some things that they need some work on, but out the box is good. But when you add the little touches, it makes for a better flight. It makes for a better flight. Now, I was gonna fly live weather on this one, but the ceiling was way too low. I'd have been flying at like 500 feet, and we wouldn't have seen it. It would have been that, or I would have had to go IFR, and we would have just been flying through the clouds, or I would have had to climb up, which I didn't really want to do all that. So I always go to my go-to when live weather is no bueno, and that's my Accuseason. Accuseason looks amazing. These clouds, Accuseason gives the world more depth to me. The clouds look a whole lot better. The colors, infinite on the colors. How the sun looks, how the sunrise, sunset looks. You gotta have that. You gotta have that. And of course, you know, the big one, DLSS4. If you're running NVIDIA and you're not set up with DLSS4, you are wrong. DLSS4 has changed the game for 2020, for sure. And you gotta have map enhancement. You gotta have map enhancement. I don't fly without map enhancement. I can't remember the last time I've flown Flight Sim 2020 without map enhancement. If you don't have map enhancement, download it off of FlightSim.2 and give it a try. I promise you, you're gonna look at your sim differently. For us VFR guys, you gotta have the I love VFR or VFR. I can never say it right, but these are all FlightSim.2 files, free stuff. There's 3 different regions. Download all 3 of them. Bring a little bit more realism to the ground when it comes to power lines, towers, smokestacks, you know, cranes, stuff like that. Those little things help. And most of, pretty much all of these programs and files I'm talking about, it's pretty much no frame loss on these things. It doesn't affect your frames at all. I mean, of course, you know, definitely, you know, different scenery packages and things like that. Now, when it comes to these scenery packages, you gotta be careful. There are some good free scenery packages on FlightSim.2 that's not too bad on your frames. Now, when you start talking about Orbix, just make sure you got a strong enough PC, because Orbix don't play. Orbix wants all. Orbix is like FSX, and if your system can't handle an Orbix scenery, don't even play with it, because it's just gonna make you. It'll make you mad. But you know, there's a lot of developers out there that make some awesome sceneries, man. You know, add some to the places that you like to fly to, and just test it out, see what you like. Oh, and the one that I learned recently, photogrammetry. Turn that mess off. Turn it off. I am pro no photogrammetry. I'm using Bing Map, Miguel. The newest Bing Maps. When I first started using map enhancement, I was using Google Maps because I thought the colors were better. I didn't really care too much for the Bing Maps there, or the one that this was before the update. But when they came out with the new Bing Map update, man, like, this looks real. Like, it looks real. The colors, like I said, for me, what I love about map enhancement is it brings a more level of detail to the terrain, and it draws back the vibrant colors that the default sim brings, if that makes sense. Because the green in the default is just too green. You know, it's almost cartoonish green. I don't like that. With this, it actually looks like, those look like real trees. You know, like that's what trees really look like in that tone. So that's why I like Bing Maps. And then, like, with the fields, like, the fields are a lot more defined as far as like the crop circles, and you know how the crops are done and cut and stuff like that. It's an overall better appearance. And like I said, map enhancement doesn't bring any. The only time map enhancement might affect your frames, depending on your setup, is if you're actually using the LOD. When you turn on LOD, if your system's not strong enough, it might drop some frames. Right now, I have LOD off in map enhancement for the sake of streaming. I might, now that I got the setup back up and running the way I want, I might turn that back on and see how she do. If she does good, then I'll turn LOD. I'll leave LOD on, because that brings even more, like, the level of detail is. It pretty much takes an image and stacks it, like, I think he said, like, it's like 4 times. So the graphics are in an even more sharper detail than what it is now. But I mean, this looks amazing now. Like, I'm not complaining about this at all. She's running smooth. I haven't had any hiccups. All 3 screens are fluid. I'm not having no stutter issues. So yeah, gotta have it. Gotta have that one. And like I said, I mean, Test out FrameGen if you haven't used it yet. Now I've learned that FrameGen really performs at its max when you're running DLSS. I've tried running FrameGen with TAA. It does good, but it just seems to do better with DLSS. So I'm in DLSS quality. So you put those two together and you got yourself a very, very, very nice setup. Trying to think, what else am I using? These are all like little tweaks, you know, that it gives you an even more sense of really being inside of an aircraft. Like if you look out here to this window, you can't tell me that this isn't, I mean, knowing that it's a sim, you can't tell me that that don't look real. Like if I was actually in a real, let's say a Bonanza shell, you can't tell me that that picture right there don't look like I'm actually in a real plane flying. Like it's crazy. So, you know, little tweaks here, little add-ons there. It goes a long way. And I've been shooting for realism from day one. I just want to see everybody flying, man. I want to see everybody flying and flying like they want to fly. So I know sometimes I probably sound like, yeah, you've already said that before. You said that before. I know I repeat myself a lot, but sometimes I don't know who's actually in the chat. I don't know if it's somebody, you know, somebody new or whatnot. So, you know, I just try to extend all the knowledge that I have and give it back as much as I can. Hold on a second. What? You know what? The GTN650 has frozen. I just realized that. Now, why did you freeze? Well, I know you had a hiccup earlier, because we are 14 minutes out. Oh, I was reading that all wrong. We 38 miles out. Lord have mercy. Let me let's see here. Let's get some information over here at our destination. Let's get weather. We got ATIS. Don't have ATIS. So weather at the field is calm, clear skies, ceiling 12,000, temperature 23, altimeter is 1015. Okay. So now my next question is, where are you in regards to, are you up over that hill? Okay. Hold on, let me get back in here. What's the elevation? Elevation is 2,142 feet. Okay. So I think you're up and over these hills here. Okay. We are on the center, right? Are we with? Yeah. I wonder if it's going to be over. We're still 31. I'll give it a few more minutes. It almost looks like I might have to climb up a little bit. What's the elevation on this hill right here? This is reading 2,000. 2,000. Okay. So 2,000. So we should be good over that hill. I don't know, y'all. It's looking kind of iffy. I'm gonna go ahead and mode. I'm gonna go around that. I don't like that. Alright, let's go ahead and start doing so descent power as required. Make sure adjusts. We are still full on that. 8 is what we just did. METAR, so we're good on that. Cowl flaps are closed. Before landing, check seatbelts. Check. Fuel selector, fullest tank. Go back to the right. Cowl flaps is closed. Make sure it's full. Landing gear cleared at 167. Flaps at 135. Full prop. Normal approach speed is going to be 90, and touchdown will be, well, approach will be 90, short approach 78, and we'll touch down between 75 and 70. Well, really 70. I kind of like touchdown at 70. Okay. Approach and before landing checks complete. Makatia Center, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa is 22 miles east of SVCS. Request clearance for full stop.
Bonanza
You think so, Jack?
Papa cleared for full stop landing at Caracas Airport, runway 28. Contact toy approach on 119.2 for further instructions.
Clear for full stop at Caracas Airport, runway 28. Contact approach on 119.2 for further instructions. Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa Cadet. 119.2.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, contact Caracas Tower on 118.0.
Switching to tower on 118. Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa Cadet. Okay, let's start. Get a little bumpy over these hills. Caracas Tower, Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa is 19 miles to the east of the field, looking full stop, runway 28.
112.7 for Caracas ground, set time 1 for okay.
Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa, Caracas Tower, winds 260 at Niner. Enter left downwind for runway 28, cleared to land.
Enter left downwind, runway 28, clear to land, Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa. Left downwind for runway 28. Alright. Oh, this is gonna be a straight in. Alright, autopilot is coming off. And we'll just hand fly the rest of the way here. Yeah, just from that side all the way down to Patagonia. We're on to something. I could do that and just say forget going back to Miami exec. I have to start mapping that out. That's a pretty good idea there, Jack. Didn't even think about that. Especially considering I haven't really done any. I don't think I've done any flying down here. This is the first time. So is this sitting on a hill? Wait a minute. It looked like it's sitting on a hill. I think that's it up there. Kind of like a Sedona type of airport, you know? Because field elevation was, what, 2,100 feet? Yeah, that's the field set up on top of that that plateau there.
Vision Jet 9 Romeo Papa, contact departure.
Over to departure, Vision Jet 9 Romeo Papa.
Vision Jet 9 Romeo Papa, roger.
Hey, only I should have Romeo Papa out here. Yep, that's definitely the field. Okay. So let's go visual 28. Activate visual approach. All right. Seven miles. We'll start decent here. Bringing the course back in, get her lined up. All right, start pulling some of this power out here. We do have clearance to land, so we're good there. Speed checks, gears coming down. A little right, back on the center line here. Checks, first notch of flaps coming in. Nine knots to the nose, so that's good. I don't know why he gave me a left downwind clearance when I was coming straight in. Second notch of flaps coming in.
$500.
There's 90 on the approach speed. Alright, gears down, flaps are down. Start slowing her up here a little bit. Don't dip on me though. There's 75. A little bit more power. And we're down. Let's see here.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, welcome to Caracas. Contact ground on 121.7.
Switch to ground on 1217. Appreciate it, Bonanza 424 on company. I guess we'll come over here. Ground, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa is cleared, runway 28. Let's clear up the aircraft real quick. Landing lights off, strobes are off, flaps are up. Did he not hear me? Caracas ground, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa is cleared at runway 28. Oh, must be on lunch break or something, I guess. Well. Called him twice. So he's gonna go over here and park. Looks like a good spot right here. That'll work. Alright, parking brake is set. After landing, checks. Cowl flaps are open, flaps are up. Transponder is to standby. Avionics is off. Electrical equipment is off. Mixture is out. Mags is off. Fuel select and lights. Well, there we have it, folks. We made it. Welcome to where are we at? What is this airport called? Well, I'll just say welcome to Caracas, Venezuela. Because I don't know how in the world you Zuluaga. I think that's how you might say that there. So I hope you enjoyed this flight with me. I enjoyed everybody tonight. We are going to continue to press west tomorrow. I will have all that information loaded into the Discord following this stream. Probably give me like another 30 minutes or so. I gotta map this thing out. No, this one is no, SVCS. Or is that the one you're telling me to go to next? I'm at Oscar Machado Zuluaga International. Yeah. Oh, the one that you're talking about, I'm just south of that one. That one's right there at the water. So we'll continue to press to the west tomorrow. I'll probably say we'll do a flight tomorrow, and then Saturday, if I don't have nothing going on, that should set us up to land into Panama City Saturday night. Now Jack just threw a monkey wrench into my plans, because I was going to work myself all the way back up to Miami exec, but now he's saying from Panama City just start shooting south. And where did you say run it all the way down to Patagonia? Which I have no idea where that's at. Where is that at? Argentina. Hey, Sauce. Oh, late, huh? Let me see. Let me unload this one real quick. Let me see. Patagonia. Let's see if I can pull something up. I need a. Let's get this flight going. Oh, you want to rock that out, Glenn? I meant to say bye. Oh, that's a good one. How you doing tonight, man? We just finished up. It was a nice flight, man. It was a very nice flight tonight. I'm gonna do some research on that, Jack and Jose. I might just map that out then. We might just do that. We might just hit Panama City Saturday night, and then I'm gonna take Sunday night off and relax, and then Monday night we'll start shooting south, and we'll just run all the way south, I guess, and run South America all the way down. And then, I don't know, turn around and come back up. Who knows? We ain't got nothing but time, right? I'm sorry for not joining you. Been busy. No worries, Sauce. No worries. We got a flight tomorrow if you want to hang out. We're headed to Panama City, and we're changing routes. We're going to get to Panama City by Saturday night, and then instead of heading back up to Miami Exec, we're gonna head due south. And we just gonna run that all the way down. And we just gonna keep this thing rolling. We're gonna tour this whole world. Shoot, why not? So that's all I got for you guys tonight, man. Like I said, I enjoyed your company. As always, good talking with y'all. And I'm gonna go ahead and shut this booger down for tonight. Grab myself something to eat and start planning for tomorrow. So y'all like my video, my streams, hit that heart down at the bottom. Show me some love. And I'll catch you guys back here tomorrow, 10 p.m. Eastern time. It's your boy Cardboard Sim. And wait a minute. You got high altitude, you got valleys, you got coast. It's gonna be a blast. I'm looking forward to it, Jack. I'm looking forward to it. I'll be expecting some pop-ins too, Jack Sparrow. I know you're good for it, but I'll be looking for you. Sauce, I'm gonna be looking for you too. So y'all go do y'all checks on y'all planes and make sure they're ready to go, because it's about to be another long flight. Sounds good, Jack. Alright, y'all have a good night. We catch y'all tomorrow. Cardboard Sim signing out.